The Bloodline brutally assaulted Paul Heyman on the latest edition of SmackDown. With Roman Reigns on hiatus, will a WWE legend return to exact revenge on the heel faction on Heyman's behalf? On last week's edition of Friday Night SmackDown, the closing segment featured the Bloodline attacking the Wisemen. Solo Sikoa asked Heyman to acknowledge him, but he refused to do so. This could lead to the much-awaited return of Rob Van Dam. An angry Sikoa delivered a Samoan spike to Paul Heyman. The Bloodline later powerbombed the Wisemen through the announce desk. Since the 58-year-old WWE Hall of Famer can't avenge the beatdown by himself, he may ask for some external help. RVD can make a comeback to feud with the heel faction and possibly defend his former ECW boss in the developing storyline. On an episode of his One-of-a-Kind podcast in April 2024, the former ECW World Heavyweight Champion expressed his desire to have one last run in WWE. He has been making appearances for AEW since August 2023, but he is open to returning to the global juggernaut. Heyman and RVD share a storied history. Besides working together in ECW between 1996 and 2001, they also combined forces on TV when Extreme Championship Wrestling returned as a brand in WWE. Paul Heyman's ex-client Rob Van Dam could start a feud with Jacob Fatu. Many have speculated that Solo Sikoa might soon get busy with a potentially returning Roman Reigns. They might eventually start a rivalry to determine the true head of the table in WWE. Therefore, Rob Van Dam could begin a feud with Jacob Fatu, leading to a blockbuster match at SummerSlam 2024. Fatu was the one who powerbombed Paul Heyman through the table with the help of Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Hence, RVD could target him on SmackDown. A feud with WWE Hall of Famer Rob Van Dam would provide Jacob Fatu with a much-needed push in WWE. The potential rivalry could also establish the Samoan Werewolf as a credible heel in the promotion. ### the return of a legend, seeking redemption against the Bloodline in the world of WWE. Legends are not merely figures from the past. They are living legends whose stories continue to unfold. The rumble of the crowd, the bright lights, and the electrifying atmosphere set the stage for a comeback that would shake the very foundations of wrestling history. Chapter 1, The Shadow of Betrayal. Paul Heyman, the cunning strategist and master manipulator, had once been a trusted advisor to many in the WWE universe. But his alliance with the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, and his formidable cousins, the Usos, had turned sour. Heyman's ambitions had led him down a path of deception, leaving a trail of broken promises and shattered loyalties. It was in the quiet moments of reflection that a figure from the past emerged, a titan of the ring whose name resonated through the halls of WWE history, Batista. The Animal, as he was known, had retired from active competition, focusing instead on his burgeoning Hollywood career. But the call of unfinished business beckoned him back to the squared circle. Chapter 2, The Reawakening. Batista's return sent shockwaves through the WWE universe. His presence alone was enough to unsettle the Bloodline, who had grown accustomed to dominating every corner of the ring. With Heyman by his side once more, albeit with a tenuous alliance born of mutual necessity, Batista set his sights on revenge. The Animal's motives were clear: to dismantle the Bloodline piece by piece, to expose their vulnerabilities, and to reclaim the honor tarnished by Heyman's betrayal. The stage was set for a clash of titans, a battle that would redefine alliances and rivalries alike. Chapter 3, The Clash of Titans. The tension simmered as Batista confronted Roman Reigns, the imposing figure who had ascended to the throne of the tribal chief. The stakes were higher than ever, not just for personal redemption but for the very soul of WWE itself. Their first encounter was a spectacle of strength and strategy, with Batista unleashing a fury that had been building for years. The Bloodline fought with the ferocity of champions, but they were facing a legend reborn, fueled by a desire to right the wrongs of the past. Chapter 4, Redemption and Beyond. As the battles raged on, alliances shifted and loyalties were tested. Heyman's intricate web of deception threatened to unravel as Batista and the Bloodline clashed in a series of epic encounters. Each match became more intense than the last, each moment a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of redemption. In the end, Batista's quest for revenge against the Bloodline was not just about settling scores, it was about reclaiming his place in the annals of WWE history. His journey had brought him full circle, from the shadows of betrayal to the spotlight of redemption. Chapter 5, Legacy and Future. As the dust settled and the echoes of battle faded, Batista stood tall in the center of the ring. The Bloodline, though formidable, had been pushed to their limits. Heyman, ever the opportunist, had once again secured his place in the annals of WWE history. But for Batista, the journey was far from over. His return had ignited a spark, a renewed passion for competition that burned brighter than ever. As he looked to the future, the echoes of his battles with the Bloodline served as a reminder: legends may fade, but their legacy endures. In the world of WWE, where alliances are forged and broken in the blink of an eye, one truth remains constant: the spirit of a legend never dies.